Welcome back to Car Auto Tune-Up, the channel where we break down the hottest rides in the auto world. And today I buckle up, because we're diving into one of the most exciting and unexpected comebacks in recent memory, the 2026 Plymouth Prowler. That's right, Plymouth is making waves again, and the Prowler has returned with a bold vengeance. If you thought the original turn of the Millennium Prowler was daring, wait until you see what the 2026 version brings to the table. Now, if you've followed automotive history, you know the original Prowler was a love-it-or-hate-it affair. Some adored its retro-futuristic design and daring personality, while others criticized its lackluster powertrain. But with the 2026 model, Plymouth under the Stellantis umbrella has gone back to the drawing board to reimagine this iconic roadster from the ground up, combining advanced technology, top-tier performance, and design cues that demand attention on every street corner. As we walk up to the new Prowler, the first thing that grabs you is the front end. It's unmistakably a Prowler, but refined and modernized in the best way possible. The signature open front wheels remain, but they've been beefed up with more aggressive, angular carbon fiber fenders that seem to slice through the air. The nose is sleeker and lower, housing a full-width LED headlight strip that seamlessly blends into the front fascia. Below, an enlarged hexagonal grille dominates, flanked by vertical intakes for cooling and aerodynamic efficiency. The hood stretches back long and low, emphasizing that hot rod DNA, with subtle sculpted lines that hint at the beast within. Moving to the side profile, the design is jaw-dropping. Plymouth has retained the original Prowler's low-slung, elongated shape, but everything has been tightened up with modern elegance. A smooth character line stretches from the front fender, through the sculpted door, and all the way to the rear haunches. The doors are frameless and flush-mounted, with automatic pop-out handles that deploy as you approach. Side skirts hug the body with a functional aerolip that directs airflow toward the rear diffusers. You'll notice the 20-inch front wheels and massive 22-inch rears with a unique turbine-style design that looks like it's in motion even when parked. The side mirrors have been replaced with slim digital cameras, reducing drag and feeding live video to the cabin. From the back, the 2026 Prowler leaves no room for subtlety. The tail is wider and more muscular than ever, with quad-LED taillights that pay homage to the original's circular pots, but now infused with a 3D floating effect. Between them is a light-up Prowler logo that glows white during normal driving and pulses red when braking. The rear deck is short, tucked over the massive rear wheels, and features a deployable active spoiler that adjusts based on speed and driving mode. Underneath, a carbon fiber diffuser manages airflow while showcasing quad exhaust tips that emit a deep, thunderous growl. As you lower yourself step inside the cabin, you realize this isn't just a redesignation, it's a reinvention. Gone is the minimalist interior of old. In its place, the 2026 Prowler greets you with a high-tech cockpit infused with retro charm. The dashboard wraps around the driver in a sweeping arc, covered in suede and brushed aluminum trim. A massive 14.5-inch curved touchscreen dominates the center, running Stellantis' latest Uconnect interface with voice commands, real-time performance telemetry, and wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Beneath it, you'll find capacitive touch buttons for climate control and customizable drive modes. The gauge cluster is fully digital, with three main layouts: Classic, which mimics analog dials; Modern, which emphasizes performance data; and Retro, which throws it back to 1940s hot rod styling with glowing red needles and Art Deco typography. The flat-bottomed steering wheel is wrapped in Alcantara with metal paddle shifters and haptic feedback for alerts and navigation prompts. Seating is surprisingly comfortable for a roadster, with deeply bolstered Nappa leather sport seats that are heated, ventilated, and equipped with built-in massagers. Red stitching and Prowler insignias on the headrests add a bespoke touch. And for audiophiles, there's a 16-speaker Harman Kardon sound system that's been acoustically tuned for open-top driving. Oh, and speaking of open-tops, the new Prowler comes with a retractable hardtop that tucks away in just 12 seconds, allowing you to go from coupe to convertible at the push of a button. Storage space remains limited, as expected from a car of this design, but Plymouth has cleverly added a hidden compartment behind the seats for small bags, along with a front trunka or frunka that can hold a couple of carry-ons. So while this isn't your road trip cruiser, it's more practical than it looks. Under the hood, and now we're getting serious. Gone is the old V6 setup that many criticized in the early 2000s. In its place, the 2026 Prowler roars to life with a 3.6-liter twin-turbocharged V6 producing 520 horsepower and 480 pound-feet of torque. Mated to an 8-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission and rear-wheel drive, this engine delivers true sports car performance. The 0 to 60 time? A blistering 3.4 seconds. And thanks to launch control and adaptive torque vectoring, it sticks to the pavement like glue. But that's not all. Plymouth is also offering a hybrid performance variant called the Prowler X. This one pairs the twin-turbo V6 with a high-output electric motor mounted on the rear axle, bumping total output to a stunning 680 horsepower. That shaves the 0 to 60 time down to just 2.9 seconds and boosts top speed to 200 miles per hour. Regenerative braking, an electric-only mode for cruising, and adjustable regenerative settings make it both thrilling and somewhat eco-conscious. Handling is sharp and responsive thanks to a new aluminum-intensive chassis and an adaptive magnetic suspension system that reads the road 1,000 times per second. In comfort mode, the ride is surprisingly smooth for a low-slung two-seater, but switch it to sport or track and the Prowler tightens up like a coiled spring, cornering with minimal body roll and precise steering feedback. Massive Brembo brakes come standard, giving you confidence to push hard into corners or bring things to a halt in an instant. Now, let's talk pricing. The 2026 Plymouth Prowler starts at around $72,000 for the base model, which includes the twin-turbo V6, high-end interior features, and the full suite of driver assists like lane keeping, adaptive cruise, and automatic emergency braking. Step up to the Prowler GT for $85,000 and you get upgraded wheels, enhanced suspension tuning, and a more aggressive aero package. And finally, the Prowler X hybrid performance trim starts at $105,000. While that's no small chunk of change, considering the performance and exclusivity on offer, it feels justified. Production will be limited to just 6,500 units globally in the first year, with unique numbered badges and personalization options available through a new online configurator. So, is the 2026 Plymouth Prowler the ultimate return of a retro icon? In many ways, yes. It honors the original's spirit but fixes almost every shortcoming: more power, modern tech, refined comfort, and a bold aesthetic that stands apart from anything else on the market. Whether you're a collector, a thrill seeker, or just someone who appreciates staring design, the new Prowler delivers a driving experience that's both nostalgic and forward-thinking. And that's a wrap for today's review. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 2026 Plymouth Prowler, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Car Auto Tune-Up, and ring the bell so you never miss out on our in-depth car reviews. Got thoughts on the new Prowler? Drop a comment below. We'd love to hear if you'd rock one of these wild machines or if you think Plymouth should have stayed in the past. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next ride. Drive safe, stay curious, and keep tuning into Car Auto Tune-Up.